Good day to you. It's about 4 o'clock out here in Tennessee. Sorry if you can't hear my voice that well. It's a little bit rainy today. I wanted to talk very briefly, not a very lengthy amount of session, but I wanted to talk about being mindful of every word you utter, every thought you think, and every emotion you produce. A lot of times we base our thoughts, our feelings, our status based on how we observe and perceive the external world. What kind of experiences are coming into our lives? And some of those experiences, based on the belief and personal truth we hold within, we end up not being able to see the opportunity in it, even when it feels like it's an unfavorable occurrence. Okay? Now you can change how you feel about an experience. You can change how you think about an experience. Okay? All experiences are reflections of what you already are thinking, what you are already feeling. And when you drop into that frequency as you thought it and as you felt it, and then you speak it, you are claiming it with your energetic words. Okay? If I say, I'm a Buddhist monk, it doesn't matter if I have paper documents that says I am. I have spoken it, and if I choose to live the identity of that which I have spoken, no one can refute it. And they can bring their arguments to the table, but all I have to do is be still and reject the energy that does not align with that of which I desire to be. Okay? That doesn't mean that you can choose to be a disrespectful person and ignore the company around you. But that also means that sometimes a person may need their own time, step away from a situation, so that they can see a clearer picture of what's really going on. Because a lot of times when we're caught up in the moment, we're not even thinking rationally. We're not even using logic or critical thinking. We're acting on impulse, on reactionary mode, right? And then we might utter words that to us, they don't seem unkind, but it's not us that determines the words we share with others if it's unkind to them, because their free will is to interpret how you curate your message to them. And if they feel offended, it means that something within you was produced for them to receive, and they may not make sense of it, but they picked up on how it did not make them feel good in the moment. Okay? And they may have work to do also in how they evaluate and render value to experiences that they come in contact with. And this can be intermediate family, this can be immediate family, extended branches of family, friends, colleagues, you name it. Okay? Mindful of your words and how you produce them. Even when you are not in company with those persons, if you think their name and you feel that connection you have with them, because if you have an image of that person as you are thinking about them, you're culminating the feeling that you have associated with that person. Okay? You are sending a vibrational thread of utterance of thought, word, emotion to that person. Doesn't matter if they're in proximity of you or not. Mindful of your word, because it will come back to you. in some form, whether it's another person, experience, or circumstance. It will come back to you. And if you do not have the capacity to change how you think or how you speak or express an emotion about stimuli that you are receiving, key word, you are receiving, that means there's a growing opportunity or growing potential in all that you experience, okay? If you're not taking that conscious effort to change or transmute that energy, it's going to keep going back and forth until one of the two decides to say, something needs to change. You're not changing an external factor, you're changing an internal factor. Because you are reflecting out of you what is already within you. Okay? Now, I said that I have certifications, an array of everything. Okay? I have education in landscaping and lawn care. I have education in spiritual understanding. I have certifications in education in coaching, one-on-one group sessions, corporate, life pursuit, goal establishments, well-being, health and nutrition. And I started creating video blogs, and I put it on YouTube. And I had an unexpected occurrence happen of a conversation with someone that I'm not even directly related or connected with that received my videos and commented how empowered they felt from receiving them, even though I've never exchanged conversation with them. You will meet people, and I like to call it the 6 degrees of separation. You will meet people in lieu of other people. And you may never meet some of those persons, but the person that you have connected with and spoken your utterances gets shifted to those other persons. And at some point, it comes back full circle. Mindful of how you speak, mindful of how you present yourself, okay? I spoke in some of my videos about visualizing, imagining, and using your creative processes to establish an identity that you desire to live. Not an identity that you have become familiar and accustomed to. All right? That identity might not be working for you. And you might keep finding calamity, and calamity is just friction. Okay? It's something that's in you does not resonate with something that is an external thing. And it doesn't mean that you don't have it in you. It means that it's not in alignment with who you truly are or what you truly desire to experience. Which means you would have to transmute how you think, feel, and speak of that nature. As you jump in frequencies, you call that energy back to you. Okay? What you send out will always come back. And you might be in a calm mind when it comes back and might not understand what's going on. This is where responsibility for what you contribute energetically to your lifeline or your life experience that comes back to you. And when you interact with other lifelines or life experiences, that means other people, places, and things, it all has the potentiality to bring that back which you have commanded with your voice. Okay? And everything's going to operate as you have commanded it because you are the figure experiencing that reality. So as you observe it, it behaves. And it behaves off your observation of it because you have a defining truth or belief within you that maintains the stability for it to present itself as you hold within you. Okay? I also want to bring up that when you decide that you want to be something, stay at it. It doesn't matter if it's come to fruition yet and it's not come to a physical manifestation yet, stay at it. Even if you're getting people in your immediate social influence circle contradicting what you have spoken, they are challenging you to stay strong in that which you have commanded, okay? To become your identity. You don't become something that you are not. And in order to become that which you have not identified with, you have to have the identity or idea of the identity in your thought process, in your emotional process. When those line up, heart and mind synchronicity, you produce words energetically and command it to be created. And then step back and get out of the way. Let life bring it to you. Don't ask when it's going to show up. Don't ask how it's going to show up. You're putting limitations on it, and now it's going to take longer for it to come to you because you're stepping back into the pathway rather than just being open and allowing it to come to you. Now, that doesn't mean that you don't take physical steps, okay? Your choice to decide that this is what you're going to become, that's a physical step, okay? Not all physical steps is with your feet, all right? I said that I would love to be a published author. I researched how can I have books published by content that I know will suit you guys out there and gals. I don't use genders as a basis of separation because we all have feminine and masculine energy within each one of us, okay? That nomenclature is based on the construct of this world design, okay? Just like the laws and mechanics of the world design, it behaves as the world is designing, okay? You design your experience in the world. But I say that because if you think it and feel it, it's always a potentiality and possibility to occur. And step out of the way. This is the first book of a series, a transformational series of books that I am writing. This is the first book published and the foundation that leads you into each one of those books. The following 4 books are the pillars reinforced by the foundation that you get experience to by reading this book and practicing the lessons in here. Okay, I broke them down into chunk style method, so it's not a lot of exhaustive information, but it is broken down into information that you can easily digest, absorb, contemplate on with a higher mindset. Don't look at this in a subjective manner. Look at it in an objective manner, which means how is this greater for my greater potential? Okay, these are available on Amazon. This is called Mastering Yourself. I have labeled it Foundation Lessons to Spark a Wildfire Within Yourself. Okay, you already have that spark. Okay, this is just going to ignite that spark to the next level and redefine the foundations of beliefs, personal truths, and experiences, and how you think, feel, and express the experience. Okay. You can find it on Amazon. It's the only location that I currently have it listed as. And if you find someone else name on this with the same content, it means that somebody has duplicated a copyrighted material of publication. On the inside cover, right here, sorry, not the inside cover. Couple pages in, I have a copyright page in there. All right. If you have any knowledge or someone else is parading around trying to copy and paste and sell this as their own, there's contact information in here that you can contact me with. And if you have questions, some of those questions are going to come out of you because the material I write in these books is to challenge the questions to come out of you. Send me some questions and I will help you through it, okay? I will not tell you the answers for the things that you are meant to experience and grow through, but I will help give you tools and resources to discover your own personal truth through it all, okay? Be patient. A lot of this is a gradual process. Life experience is not a race. It is a lengthy journey marathon of which you are experiencing a physical representation through a spiritual body, okay? Before you came here, you conceived an idea of thought and felt a vibration of emotion in alignment that you had something to bring here for the benefit of others and the continuity of the design of this world, okay? I'm not going to go into crazy esoteric ideas and slanted religious views. This is all based on spirituality, okay? You do not have to believe a certain doctrinated system to get benefit out of it, okay? But if you want to know more about me, I put some details on here, and you can also find it on Amazon. There's a second book that's slotted to be released, which is the first pillar that builds on top of that foundation. Okay, that is the foundation is mastering yourself, because what happens when you send something out, it comes full circle back to you, right? So we start at the pinnacle and build a foundation. A house built on rock will stand. A house built on sand will wash away. Yes? Okay. So we build from the rock foundation upward. Okay? Mastering yourself. When you get completed through the transformative experienced journey of each one of these books, it will bring you back to mastering yourself. The next book in the series that I have completed and uploaded and self-published is Mastering Your Thoughts. Being masterful over how you think about things and how you produce the energy of your thought field to the external world, okay? And then later experience that same thing that you are producing. Okay. And I am already working on the third book, which is the second pillar, which is mastering your perception. Understanding that not everyone sees eye to eye, but everyone has eye to see. Understand? Nothing escapes the gaze of your inner eye, but you are quickly distracted by the duality of your physical senses, that it goes past your awareness and right into your subconscious. And your subconscious collects everything because your inner eye has observed everything from a bigger picture. That's the second pillar that I am currently working on. I literally handwrite these from download, okay? I do have some historical knowledge. I apply experiences and practices that I do myself. I practice on my own self before I render any suggestions. And that's what these books are. They're suggestions. These are not telling you to do something. You're truly not going to do something if you don't want to do it. You're not going to change anything about you if you choose that there's nothing about you needs to change. Okay? You will continue to experience the same life patterns as that which you hold within you and is familiar and comfort zone if no change occurs. And the slightest pebble of change creates a monumental effect. For you personally, your life experience, and the lives of everyone that you interact with, as well as those who are not in proximity of you. Your thoughts are not limited to the walls that you might be sitting inside right now, or to the space and domain that you might be seated outside somewhere. Maybe a coffee house, a classroom, your deck like I am. You are not limited, even though the construct of this world and the sociological acceptances purport that you have limitations. They often tell you to live within those limitations. I encourage you to break the mold of those limitations. This is not permission to go out and do as you feel towards other people, okay? But for your own well-being, the first thing that you have to break through is believing that you are worth exceeding the limitations that you have been living. You don't live other people's limitations until you accept their definition of limitation. And then you allow that energy to filter into you. And then a part of them becomes a part of you. And you live your life experience with their energy within you because you allowed the resonance of that to occur. Be mindful of your thoughts, mindful of your words, mindful of how you express yourself, especially around children, because they can easily be confused when too many things are going around and people aren't actually being integrity minded. Okay? And I feel for them because they end up getting a raw deal, you know? Everything that is thought, spoken, felt in secret will come to light. And you will experience it firsthand through other people, through experiences, occurrences, and your external environment. You may even experience it in your internal environment when you go to sleep at night. Because when you go to sleep at night, you surrender control of your physical senses and shut down. This is why I say if you're going to do your meditations before you go to bed and the first thing when you wake up, because it puts you in the mindset of setting the intention of the day and being grateful and thankful, even if you didn't understand the experiences of the day. Grateful and thankful of the experiences. Sorry, someone's coming up. For your well-being. Okay? I am not responsible for your well-being. I am not your doctor. I am not your therapist. I am a coach that helps guide you to discover your own personal truths with accompanying tools and resources to help guide you to that point. But I will never have an answer that is meant to come out of you. I will have questions that challenges your comfort zone and your comfort level to bring those to your surface. It isn't because I did something. It's because I filled a role that brought it to the surface, to bring it to your awareness, to determine if it's something you want to change how you think about it, feel about it, or speak about it. I love you guys. Thank you for a moment of your time. Enjoy your holidays. For those that don't have family to enjoy the holidays with, I extend my energetic compassion and unconditional gift of love to you. Receive it as you will, but I do not command you to receive it. If you are open, you will receive it. You have a great night.